Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to a brand new video. Today's vlog is going to be me showing you what our plans are for the garden renovation and me sort of taking you along as it unfolds over the next week or so. We think it's going to take up to about 2 weeks to sort of be finished with the work that we're having done, and it's really exciting. We've lived in this house now for 2 years, and in that time we've renovated most of the inside. Due to that, we've neglected the outside space quite a lot, and it's getting to a point now where we can't really sit in it and enjoy it. It's quite unsafe, and it's just not working for us the way that it is. But our garden does have a lot of potential to be really nice, and I'm sure at one stage it probably was. It's just not been looked after very well over the last couple of years. So this vlog is basically going to be you following, seeing what the plans are, watching it all sort of unfold, and then hopefully at the end it's going to look really nice and be actually somewhere we can sit out and enjoy the summer. First of all, I'm going to take you to the front garden because we did do a little bit of work on that last week. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will know that we hired a skip and Tom's been in the where the brook is at the front of the house. He's been in there and trimmed everything back, and it's looking a lot better than it did. But the main focus of this video is going to be on the back garden. So I'll show you what we've done at the front first, then I'll talk you through what our plans are for the garden, and then you'll see sort of day by day how it changes. We're having quite a lot done, but I'll save that for when I'm talking you through what is happening. Let me take you to the front and show you that first, and then we'll talk through the plans. So I'm doing a voiceover for this part of the video because I've listened back to the footage and it's all muffled because of the wind. So I've just walked out of the front door, and this is what you see when you come out of the front door. So walking over the lawn towards the brook that runs at the bottom of the garden, and you can see we've removed a fence panel here so that Tom could get access from his ladders into the brook whilst we had a dry spell of weather. So this is the lowest the brook's ever really been, so he was able to access the back wall there that you can see, which is the boundary wall of the property, and get rid of all the overgrown plants that were sort of cascading down the wall and going into the brook. It was just making it look quite closed up. There were brambles everywhere, and yeah, Tom just said it looked really untidy. It also made it quite unclear that this is like part of the property still, not necessarily the brook. I have no idea actually what is ours and what isn't, but that wall there is quite unsafe, and the kids from the school down the road keep coming in and jumping on that, and it frightens me to death because I can see it from where I'm working from home, and I just think one of these days one of them's going to fall in there. So if we make it a little bit more clear that it's part of the house, hopefully that will make a difference, but not sure, to be honest. I just don't want to be liable for someone falling in there because I actually don't know what our responsibilities are. But anyway, this is what it looked like before Tom went in there. So yeah, massive difference since it's all been cut back. We definitely wouldn't have been able to fit all of that in our garden bin, so the first skip has been and gone. The problem is whilst we're having this garden renovation done, it's going to be a little bit tricky because we've got so much we need to get rid of, and you can't actually get a maxi skip over the bridge and into our property on the drive. I think there's like a weight restriction of what you're allowed to put on there, and so midi skips is all we can have. I think the plan is for the construction company that are doing the whole garden renovation. I think what they're going to do is basically drop loose loads on the front of the grass, which is why we're not too bothered about trying to get this perfect, because it's probably going to get a little bit ruined this year with everything that's going on. Like I said, there's a lot to get rid of, and I will show you now what it is. So when you come around the side of the house, or you come through this door, which is the kitchen door, we've got this section here. So as you can see, it's an absolute mess. And it's basically just been used as a dumping ground over the last 2 years whilst we've been renovating the inside of the house. As you can see, there's old kitchen worktop there. There are tiles, buckets, all the membrane underneath the stone has been pulled up by Connie over time. There's weeds everywhere. Everything's just so overgrown. And this old picket fence needs taking out as well. As you can see, it kind of slopes up on an angle, and that's because the soil goes up, and that'll be because there's tree roots and everything underneath it. And yeah, it's just generally a mess. As you can see at the back, even though the plan for this is to flatten it, we might end up having to have raised beds due to the tree roots being too hard to get out, which I'm quite happy with. We'll just need to make sure that the raised beds are high enough where Connie can't jump up into the mud, because then that kind of defeats the object. I just want this really nice and clean, minimal, easy to maintain, somewhere we can put the bins, somewhere big enough where Connie can go out and do a business. And then we'll have a proper gate there rather than a kitchen worktop being used as a gate to the main part of the garden. So yeah, whatever happens here, it's going to look completely different. It's just we're not doing anything major. We're just making it minimal and somewhere where the dog can go, basically. We are quite lucky that the back garden is private, but you can see here there's one section there where if somebody's walking up the side of the house, they could see right in and into the kitchen potentially, which I don't like at night time when I'm letting Connie out for a last wee. It makes me feel a little bit nervous that I can't see who can see me. So we will be fencing that off as well, just for a bit more privacy, and also to stop the kids that I keep talking about from the school down the road throwing the litter into my garden. Like, I know it looks like a dump right now, but it's not a bin. Do you know what I mean? I also understand that I'm coming across like I sound like the local witch right now, but yeah, plans for this: a new gate, some new fence of some description there, raised beds, and then just keeping nice and minimal, which you'll obviously see when we start. And now I'll talk you through what's going to be going on in the main part of the back garden. Okay, so when you come through the bifold doors at the back, this is what you see. So I'll talk through now what our plans are going to be. So you walk out onto this decked area, which is sort of level with the bifold doors. We are getting rid of this whole decked area. Reason being is because we want a bit of a bigger patio. When we had like the corner sofa on here, it just felt a little bit crammed. Plus this decking is really, really old as well. We just want something that's really easy to maintain. We can hose down and it'll all look fine. Also, next to the decking area, we've got this like kind of like a herb vegetable patch that's just, as you can see, been completely neglected. It's got some old rusty barbecue thing in there at the minute, don't ask. And there's literally no point in tidying up, because when tomorrow comes, literally everything is going. But it's quite unsafe. It's a bit rickety, it's rusty, it's got nails hanging out of it. Over the last sort of few months, I've had like furniture sort of stuck in here so that Connie doesn't go anywhere near it. But yeah, it's just not practical and just not what we want. Connie loves digging and things like that, so yeah, this needs to go. And if we were to plant anything in it, Connie would just take it out anyway, so there's literally no point in having a plant on the floor like this. A raised one would be fine, but with it being on the floor, it's just not working. Then you can see that the majority of it is like gravel, stones, and then there's some concrete slabs as well that have been put down all around the garden, everywhere. And you can see there's several weeds. Now, we've done a lot of weed killing and they still pop up everywhere. Ignore those beams over there, by the way. They are what we ripped out of the kitchen. We need to dry those out in the garage. They're made out of pitch pine, so they're probably worth a bit of something, I don't know. We're going to put them in the garage and just see what happens. But back over to this section, you can see we've got concrete as well. This sort of runs as a path all the way around the sides of the house and front and the back. We're having all of this taken up, and we'll have a patio area that runs from where the fence is there all the way across the back of the house. So we've got one big long patio, and it's going to go 4 metres out from the back of the house, so it will sort of end, I'll show you, about here. Now, to try and stop it looking like a concrete jungle, we are going to have some grass as well. So we are having a lawn put in, and we didn't know whether to sort of go around this circular wall, but we've decided we're going to rip this out as well and just make it look really different. We think that this looks quite old-fashioned anyway. A lot of people say, oh, keep it, but we don't want to. I probably will keep that water fountain in the middle and have that put somewhere else in the garden, but it's not solar powered, so we'll see whether or not we can salvage that. But we think that the wire runs underneath the wall and under the floor quite deep, so we'll see what the construction companies say about that. If we have to get rid of it, then fine. But the plan is to have Indian stone paving all the way along here, a new fence panel put here because, as you can see at the minute, it's like this living wall type thing, which obviously does not look very nice at the minute. Gate, we want like a proper gate put in there and a proper fence just for security reasons. With the garage here, obviously we'll get rid of those beams. Not sure what we're doing with them yet, like I said, but we'll have the Indian stone, we'll have a path that goes along the garage as well so that we can get access to it without walking on the grass. These trellises will probably come down. I'm not sure what that is growing, but I doubt it will be able to be salvaged with all the work that's going on because we're getting a digger in and everything's going. Next to the garage there, as you can see, we're going to have a gate there as well. I want to be able to stop Connie from going up on those beds once we've got them looking nice, because right now it looks like a jungle, but I will talk to you about them in a minute. But this wall that runs all along with the flower bed, that's all staying. And because it's got quite a curve to it, I would like the patio to have a bit of a curve so that it all looks like it ties in still. I don't want just one big long rectangular patio putting in. I want it to still look like a nice English country garden is what I'm thinking. But I know nothing about landscaping or gardening, so we'll see what we're able to do. Can you spot Connie looking at me like, why are you out there and why am I not? No matter what happens, this garden will be improved in a few days. We're thinking of painting that garage door, putting some stone down the side of the garage. Like I said, nobody really goes down there anyway, so we're not going to be doing too much to that. Have I missed anything else? I don't think I have. So over in this section, so I showed you outside of the kitchen door, that little area that's going to be like where the bins go and where Connie goes to do a business. That is like around the side of the house here that you can see. This laurel we're probably going to keep because it is going to look very stone in this area and not much else. There's not going to be much greenery going on, but this is obviously very overgrown, so we'll have that cut right back, or at least that's the plan. And then we'll have, and then all along here where the drain is, as you can see, that's overflowing as well, that's another issue. We'll have drains going all along as well. But yeah, there'll be a bit of a drop down when you come out of the bifolds. Kind of thinking, should we have put a step in? Not sure, but we've not factored that in. So as it stands right now, we aren't having a step. I just cannot wait to never see this stone ever again. If we end up buying a bag of it or something to just chuck down, like I said, at the side of the garage, then so be it. But yeah, it's just all really unsafe at the minute. Peonies are on the last legs. It's all just a bit of a shambles out here. Hello everyone, it is Wednesday and we're no further on. The guy doing the garden didn't turn up Monday or Tuesday, so it's 8:30 on Wednesday morning and I am just keeping my fingers crossed that he turns up today. Last night Tom pulled out the water fountain because he thought, well, that's going to take half an hour anyway, it'll save him a job when he does come. So he just cracked on with that last night and got rid of all of those big wooden beams and put them in the garage. So this is what everything is looking like this morning. As you can see, the water fountain's gone. There's just a massive hole that was so much bigger than we thought it was going to be. And as you can see over there, all the beams have gone. So good morning everyone. It is the start of day 2 and this is what it's all looking like. I hope you can see what's going on. Move over here, you can see by the bifolds, I've got loads of washing on the maid and in the living room, but you can see by the bifolds there's this old patio area that is underneath the decking. So the plan was originally for them to dump loose loads on the front lawn, but it looks like they've been doing it all by hand in wheelbarrows, moving this stone. So I really like the people that are doing it though so far. They're really friendly and nice. There's 3 of them and yeah, they just crack on. I've been making them brews every few hours and then I just put them through that window for them as a little hatch. And the circular wall has gone as well from in the middle, so it's opened up the space a lot. And Connie, as you can see here, he's being so good. And considering she's such a barker when she can hear people but we can't see them, as long as she can see people like the window cleaner or whatever, she's really, really happy. So yeah. Hello everyone, it is the start of day 3. Sorry about the traffic noise if you can hear that. Well, a couple of days have passed now because they got delayed with something. These things happen though, don't they? So they've started putting those drains in down at the back of the house, and where they stop, excuse the state of the bifold doors now, where they stop, that will be where the top of the drain is, so we won't have a huge step down, which is good. I thought they were going to be pulling up this old patio, but apparently they can compress materials on top of that and then just lay the stone on top. So me and Tom have just been having a chat over the last couple of days and trying to work out what it is that we want, whether we do want to just go in a straight line with the stone and have like half grass, half stone. But then we talked about having this sort of curve, and we've kind of just mapped it out ourselves so we can speak to him about it when he comes. About putting sort of like a curve in stone, and when it's all laid down it'll make a bit more sense, but that's what we're thinking about. Hello everyone. Progress has been slow over the last couple of days because we've had some bad weather, but as you can see it's quite sunny now and we are having a stone delivery, so excited about this. They're dropping it off in batches because there's quite a lot of it, and they can only drop it onto the bridge because they can't block the pavement with it, because we've already got a skip over, as you can see, that's absolutely full to the brim on the other side of the bridge. So yeah, so this is the colour that we've gone for. It's called Raj Green, the Indian sandstone. Every piece of stone is the same size, so you can get them where they're like a mixed sizes, but we decided to go for all 600 by 900. But yeah, these are the kinds of colours, and with it being natural stone, so each slab is slightly different in colour, and it looks a lot different as well when it's wet. It kind of goes more warm toned, but I really love how this looks against the stone of the house. So this is at the side of the garage, but you can kind of see it matches quite nice. There's some of it that's been laid so far, so I'm really happy with it, and I'm glad we've had them lay in this way as well. We were a little bit stuck for how we wanted them to be laying. Tom chose this way in the end, and I'm quite glad that it's been done like that. That's it against the bifolds. So obviously the drain covers have to go on and the grout needs going in, so I'll show you what our choices are for the, I think it's called grout, but it's not really, it's like the pointing bit between each piece of stone. So these are our options, and we're going for the lightest one, which is called Mushroom. There's also a black as well, but I wanted to keep it as light as possible. I think that will look the best. You need a good bath, don't you, darling? Hello everyone, it has been a good few days since I last updated this, and we've made quite a bit of progress. By now the whole thing should have been done, which is quite annoying, but can't be helped because of the weather. If you live in the UK then you will know that we've had quite bad thunderstorms recently. Like, someone's getting comfy. Oh, cutie pie. Yeah, you stay there for a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit lonely at the minute. Tom is in America for the next 2 weeks and nothing is going on here. I thought at least it would be a little bit exciting with stuff going on with the garden, but it's Tuesday so far this week and nobody's been, just because the weather's been so bad. It's brightened up now, so I'm going to take you outside and show you what the progress is so far. But earlier on today when they were due to come, it was absolutely chucking it down. There's no way they could have worked in it. When I started this video I thought it would just be like quite a quick turnaround and I could kind of just share with you it all in one go, but that's not going to happen. We need to still buy some furniture. We're going to have a gardener come and tidy everything up, and the grass hasn't even been started yet, so there's a long way to go. So I thought maybe just give you a bit of an update here, and then I'll do another video or include snippets in vlogs, whichever way around you'd prefer it really. So yeah, let's go outside now and I'll show you where we're up to. So remember at the beginning of the vlog when I stepped out of the bifold doors onto that old rickety decked area with the vegetable patch and all that
stone and the circular wall, all that's gone now, and we've got a much bigger patio. So that's pretty much finished, other than the path that runs down the side of the garage, which hasn't yet been done. We've still got the living wall there and the gate, but that's a blessing in disguise, because imagine if on the days where the builder hasn't been, he'd ripped that out and there would have been nowhere to let Connie out. So I'm quite glad that that's still in there. I reckon that'll be one of the last things to be done. As you can see, we ended up going for that little curve in the patio, which is just, I don't know, just, I suppose, made it a little bit more interesting than it just going in one straight line and looking like it hadn't been thought out at all. The grass still hasn't been done, as you can see, but yeah, everything's looking really good, and they've started pointing as well in between. Patio isn't finished, and it's quite a way away from being finished, but at least you can sort of see what that mushroom colour looks like. I'm so happy with it. I think it blends really nicely with the stone, and it also matches the pointing on the house as well. When you make your way around the side of the house where it wraps around to the back door, you can see we've got these sleeper walls that are being built. They're sort of only half built though, and they're high enough for where Connie can't jump over them. And yeah, it's just making that whole area more usable, so Tom can pop his barbecue in one of the sections, and then over by the back gate, that will be where we have the bins, and it's just minimal, easy to maintain. I'm really, really happy with it so far. A few other little jobs I want to do is like paint up these meter covers, just get everything looking a bit more fresh and a bit more neat and tidy. I want to stain the back gate and those fence panels and things like that, but I'm not in a rush to do jobs like that, to be honest. They're nice little things that we can do when it's all over and just take our time. When the wall is fully built and we've got a load of topsoil in there, we'll get rid of all those weeds off the wall and everything, and then I don't know whether I'll plant herbs in there or something, or maybe some hydrangeas, who knows. One thing we've added on as an extra, this is something that we've always planned to do, but we've decided to do it now rather than getting the company to come back at a later date, just because it makes more sense. We've already got all this disruption, so may as well carry on. But we've decided to go and take the Indian stone around the sides of the house and the front onto the path as well. As you can see, we've got these concrete slabs at the minute, so the Indian stone will just go where the concrete slabs are. We'll have proper drainage in there. It's something that we always struggle with in the autumn winter, is having proper drainage in this section near the front door. It's a nightmare, so yeah, can't wait for that to all be done.
So I hope you've enjoyed having a little look around at what's been going on so far. Hopefully I'll have more updates soon, and yeah, I'll keep you in the loop with how it's all coming along. If you've got this far as well, I'm sorry that I've been a little bit absent from YouTube recently. Life has been a little bit up and down. I've definitely fallen off track with Slimming World, but my plan is to, well, I am back on track from this week, and I will be filming this weekend, sort of touching on all that sort of stuff. And I am like trying to get back into filming because it's something that I absolutely love doing. I hope that you come back for more videos, so hit subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up please, it really helps. Thank you for watching everybody, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!